Over the course of our relationship, I learned a bit about her, as her experience as a sugar baby and escort, and it made me really uncomfortable to hear. You think? Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over a story titled, I, a 21-year-old male, suspect that my girlfriend, a 19-year-old female of 7 months, has been slowly getting back into escorting. And guys, this whole story, this post story, if you will, is written by a guy who's 21 years old, and just like in the title says, he's suspecting that his girl is getting back into that line of work. Like, he knew she was doing that line of work when he was in a relationship with her, as in her past work. Like, she couldn't get a job making money somewhere else at working at the Amazon fulfillment center or Uber driver or a waitress. Oh, no. Had to be an escort. And now he's wondering what to do. And I gotta tell you guys, I was debating whether I was going to do this on my other channel or this one, but I thought actually this would be good for this one. And you're going to see as I go through the story, guys, there's going to be many times you're just going to want to slap the shit out of him for being so clueless. And I'll, of course, do many face palms to the things he says. Because this whole time you're going to see, he knew after being with her for a little bit, she reveals her past, and he should have walked away then, but he didn't. He stays with her, and she just lets out more and more and more information about her past that she obviously didn't tell him about or flat out lied. And it's just amazing to me the crap guys will put up with just because the girl's hot, things like that. So I'm going to get into it now. He says, hi guys, this is a throwaway account here. So I started dating my girlfriend in the spring, and early on in our relationship, she admitted that she'd done some sugar baby stuff before we started dating. That's when he should have left. I asked questions about it because obviously I was curious, and she told me that she never really went that far, and she never had any escort activity with the guys. I was fine with it. I just found it interesting for the most part. What kind of bonehead would believe that this girl, and I guarantee she's good looking, said she was a sugar baby, did escort stuff, but there was no activity going on? How could he possibly believe that was true? But obviously he heard what he wanted to hear. Should have walked away right then and there. We had started hooking up, even having unprotected SEX. Before a couple weeks later, she revealed to me that she had indeed had SEX with a few men that she was sugar babying for. In fact, her last ex was a client of hers that turned into a relationship. So she lied. It's like, I'm going to tell him just enough to say he couldn't say I lied, get him hooked in, get him roped in, and then I'll tell him the truth. As if the guy shouldn't have gotten rid of her then, now he should have, because she could have risked him getting an STD or something like that. I got very nervous, and we had unprotected you-know-what, and I felt that this was a betrayal of my trust. She explained that she had an STD check shortly before we started dating, so we were okay. Well, how could he believe her? She lied about other things, right? I would have broken up with her and gone right to the doctor or wherever you go to get those types of tests. Needless to say, I don't have any STDs, but the situation still rubbed me the wrong way. Over the course of our relationship, I learned a bit about her, as her experience as a sugar baby and escort, and it made me really uncomfortable to hear. You think? I try to normalize it and be completely okay with it, but can't bring myself to fully accept it and not be bothered by it. This is why I say trust your gut. If your gut's telling you something's wrong, listen to it and take action. She told me that she enjoyed doing it and that she might continue in future relationships, but wouldn't even consider doing it now as to not jeopardize what we had. She's flat out telling you that she would consider doing it in future relationships. Flat out saying, I don't think we're going to last, but I'll be happy to be with you as long as I can get something from you. We were long distance over the summer, and she went back home a couple states away. I don't think she could have done any escorting because she lived at home and her parents are very strict. Smack. Dude, if she could easily hide this and find a way. Come on here. He says, they live in a small conservative town, so the chances of her being able to do that were unlikely. The more I hear about, someone's from a conservative family, conservative area, very religious and everything, that just makes me laugh because some of the craziest stories I've heard are from conservative people, conservative backgrounds, religious, all that. I'm not saying all, but definitely some of the times. I found at the time she had some correspondence with her ex, also an ex-client, after seeing a notification from him on her phone. She told me that they had been talking a little over the summer, but only because she was worried about his depression and that he might hurt himself. I reluctantly accepted this. Smack. She's your girlfriend. She shouldn't be, but she's your girlfriend. She shouldn't be talking to her ex, who is also, I might add, a client. So she had no problem being with someone that paid her for her services. This is a girl you want to have as your girlfriend out of your damn mind? Have some self-respect. This is why I do what I do on the other channel, help build guys up. They don't settle for pieces of garbage like this and have it ruin their lives. Now we get to the present. I've been getting a weird vibe from her lately. Our relationship over the past month has been rocky, with us breaking up and almost getting back together right away. I love her a lot and I want to be with her, but there are some things that make me suspicious. You think? You probably break up. She probably breaks up with you so she can go hook up with some dude. Then you get back together, so she got out of her system. She's like, oh, well, we're back together now. And if she ever got caught, she would have been like, well, we were broken up when that happened. She hasn't been doing well in school and plans to drop out next quarter, work over the break and save up some money, and then move into an apartment here so we can still be together. What a winner. Now she's dropping out of school and not obviously pursuing anything to better herself. I don't see him mentioning anything like trying to get a certification or something. Just, oh, Mama, drop out of school. Well, when she's busy sucking sausage, she doesn't exactly have time to study now, does she? I convinced her just to not go back home, but to come back here. During the conversation about how she would make the money to get here, I was nervous that she would bring up the idea of escorting to make the money. Sure enough, she did, asking me, how would you feel if me making the money for the move, I started escorting again? Talk about a shit test. She's going to do whatever she wants anyway. And you mean to tell me she can't make that money to move back where he is some other fashion? An Uber driver? Amazon's always looking to hire their fulfillment centers. Freaking Wendy's or Burger King, I don't care. Kohl's, working at Target, something. Cocktail waitress. Well, she's already doing some cocktailing, waitressing. You get my point. But has to be escorting? This is what you want as your girlfriend? This is what you're going to bring home to Mama? A couple of days later, she tells me that she installed a couples app seeking arrangement and Tinder, etc., and was looking at the men on them. She's upset at the idea that she would have to do these things with them to make money. And I begged her not to do it, to which she promised she wouldn't. Smack. No man ever begs anyone, even if he felt like he's on his deathbed. No man ever begs, let alone his woman. You think she's going to respect him if she sees him groveling like a little bitch? Not a chance in hell. And get newsflash, she's probably already escorting. The fact that this guy allows this, he enables her behavior. She's an asshole. Let's not kid ourselves here. But this guy enables her behavior with his weakness and not kicking her ass to the curb. Something else that's making me suspicious is her lack of SEX drive. In the early part of our relationship, we both had amazing high SEX drives, having you-know-what every night, sometimes multiple times. We had really great chemistry, and it was the best you-know-what I ever had. And she said the same. Well, I hope you were getting the best you-know-what you ever had, given that was her employment. That's what she did for a living. Now, we barely ever have you-know-what. She never has the drive for it. I'm always the one initiating, and I feel as though I can't please her anymore. She does not seem to enjoy it, and I can't make her feel resistance, and I can feel her resistance to any of my advances. None of the classic stuff that was a surefire way to please her works anymore. That's because when she's not around you, she's obviously getting it someplace else to make money. That's why. I thought it would be good for us to take a break from SEX for a while, and we have agreed to do so. She's never in the mood now, likely due to some depression, which I understand and accept, but part of me wonders if it's because of something more. It's not depression, it's because she's hooking up with other dudes to make money. Stop being so naive. Also, I recently saw her on her phone, and there was another text between her and her ex, to the tune of him asking, why did you need some time? To which she replied, because I'm effing depressed and I didn't want to talk to anyone. It was only 2 messages, but the preceding conversation had been deleted. She also had notifications on the Do Not Disturb, which makes me wonder if it's because I confronted her due to the last notifications I saw. So, like I went back to the beginning when I said you should have broken up with her the second she told you about her past, let alone admitted that she was lying about hooking up with other dudes. Again, she keeps talking to her ex, and this guy never laid down the law saying, if we're going to be together, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and you're not talking to your exes. Not that she would listen, but see? Finally today, I was on Chrome doing some homework. I was looking at my saved passwords. I noticed some accounts that were not mine. Some e-wallet websites, multiple emails that were variations of her name. I have her usernames and passwords to these things now. Likely due to my having synced my Google account to her Chrome browser. At the bottom of the page, where it lists websites that Chrome never saves, I saw seeking arrangement. I immediately got nervous and anxious and thought about going through her emails to snoop. But I can't bring myself to do it. It's a huge invasion of her privacy. Dude, if there's a time when it's warranted to find out what's going on and snooping around, it is now. She has done nothing but continue to lie to you, jerk you around, bullshit you, and this guy just keeps coming back for more. I've asked her before if she ever had considered escorting again, to which she said no. I recently asked her after she brought up starting again if she would promise me that she wouldn't go through with it. She seemed annoyed and obliged. What a great chick. What a great girlfriend. I feel like Nell has most of my insecurities and anxiety, and I feel like shit for not having the full trust in her. But I can't shake that feeling if something is up and I don't know about it. You're feeling guilty because you don't trust her. You have every reason not to trust her. Smack. Honest to God, this is why I do what I do, guys. To share these stories, to make guys aware of these boneheaded things that dudes do and how naive they can be to help them out. I feel like knowledge that most of I read that part. I feel like I can't confront her about it because she will deflect the conversation about it. I don't think she would admit that she's been doing it. I'm not sure what to do. Smack. Here's what you do. You pull your head out of your ass. That's what you do, and wake up and smell the coffee and see reality for what it is. She's a piece of garbage. She's a liar. She is a WHORE. She's using you, taking advantage of you, making a fool of you. Walk away and never look back from this crazy broad, honest to God, before something happens, like you get her pregnant, or she gets pregnant and blames you, and you think, of course, believe her, and you're dealing with this shit the rest of your life. That's what you should do. It's unbelievable to me, the shit these guys endure. Told you guys you'd want to slap the shit out of him and also have face palms during this story. Now, real quick, I'll read a few comments to show I'm not alone in this thinking. One guy says, if it walks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, then it's probably a duck that's getting back into the sex worker job it had. Another guy says, I'm the first person to say when someone is projecting, but in this case, you're totally right not to trust her. It actually sounds like she has some serious issues. You think? First off, she isn't just escorting. If she just sleeps with clients, then she's been prostituting. Not telling you this and having unprotected SCX is a massive breach of trust. Hell yeah. You know that she's talking to her ex, though she's been shady about it. You know she's been using apps and online sites for escorting and is looking for men. You know she's planning to drop out of school and get money via escorting. Dude, she is gaslighting you. You know what she wants to do and see she's getting ready to do it. And yet she denies it and acts like you're the crazy and annoying. I would get out of this relationship. This isn't going anywhere good. Correct. Exactly. This guy laid it right out. He's a lot nicer than I am, but yeah. And the last one guy says, if she respects you in the least, she wouldn't even be looking. You made yourself clear. Next she'll say, oh, just this one date so I can see if I still have it. But nothing is going to happen. No, it's already happening. She's already escorting. She's already cheating on you. Have some self-respect and leave. Yes, exactly. The most powerful thing a guy can do is walk the hell away. And this guy doesn't do it. And he just believes and believes and believes. Clearly this girl's probably the best piece of ass he's ever had. And just his heart's in the wrong place. And who knows about his... He obviously has very low self-esteem, self-worth. Because if he had high self-esteem and self-worth, they wouldn't tolerate this shit. But this is why I try what I can on the other channel to help guys build themselves up so they're not susceptible to this shit. So, but anyhow, guys, it's a crazy one, but this stuff happens. So that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this. And also, guys, if you come across a crazy story, by all means, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. If I don't get to it right away, give me time, and I definitely will. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.